Well, in this busy modern world of ours, it can be difficult to take time and stop and smell the roses. Well, Slow Art Day is encouraging people to do exactly that, taking a little bit of time and really getting to know, taking a look at works of art. And it's being observed here in Saskatoon starting April 10th. Here to tell us a little bit about it is Catherine Green. Catherine, thanks for joining us today. You folks have a very specific project going. Tell us a little bit about this with your window art shows.
I'm part of a local art group called Artist Workshop. We meet weekly to paint together, and normally we have a big show and sale in the spring. And of course, we had to cancel it last year and cancel it this year. So we were trying to find a safe way to share some of our art with the public. And we heard about Slow Art Day, and we thought that sounded really interesting. So we're partnering with a couple of local coffee shops to show our art there and give people the opportunity to see art. They don't even have to go in the coffee shop. They don't want to. Some of the art will be facing out in the windows, and some of it will be inside the coffee shop. So people have a couple of choices about how they can view art safely at this time.
It really is a great idea, and as I understand, it's become a bit of an international phenomenon. This Slow Art Day, and it's true. If you've been to the Ramey Modern here in Saskatoon or bigger art galleries in international cities, I know I often find myself kind of racing through because there's so much to see. It can be tough to stop and just make yourself really focus on something.
Yeah, I think that is true of many aspects of life, not just looking at art. And there's you might have heard of the slow food movement. There's slow reading. There's all sorts of slow movements that have popped up to try to really counter the tendency in our society of trying to cram too much in and rushing from one thing to the next, not really taking time, as you say, to fully appreciate whatever it is that we're doing in the moment.
Yeah, it can definitely be difficult to force yourself to be mindful. So that's
Hmm.
why I think this is such a great idea. You mentioned the fact art will be displayed at two different cafes here in Saskatoon. Do you mind giving us some of the details on that and how people can get involved in this on a local basis?
Sure. So the two cafes are City Perks in City Park and Sparrow Coffee downtown. And as I mentioned, there's art that'll be facing outward, so you can just go and sit on the patio and have a drink if you'd like. Distance visit with a friend maybe would be nice and look at the art. We have some questions that'll be posted beside each piece of art that will prompt reflection if you need a little help to think about the art more. And we're encouraging people to look at them from 5 to 10 minutes. It depends, I guess, on how much time you have. But just studies have shown that people look at art no more than about 20 to 30 seconds. So, 5 to 10 minutes might seem like a long time, but we hope that people will just get a lot more out of the art by taking their time and looking at it more carefully and just seeing what comes up for them. And it's starting actually, although Slow Art Day is Saturday, this coming Saturday, we're offering people 2 slow art weeks. So our shows will be up at the coffee shops from the 10th until the 23rd.
So a lot of opportunities to take in some fantastic art, and it really is, I'm sure, going to be spectacular because, as you mentioned, it's artists from the Artists Workshop, really well-known and talented local artists. You're a
Hmm.
part of this group yourself. It is unfortunate, as you mentioned, that your two shows have had to be canceled the last couple of years, but it must be nice for you and your fellow artists to have this kind of an opportunity to share your art in some form.
For sure. I think for many of us, the process of making art isn't really complete until we have the opportunity to share it with others and to get some feedback from them. And that's one of the things I always enjoy about our shows. We're there for the whole weekend, and we have lots of conversations with people about our art, and to hear what they think, what they like, or what you know ideas they have about it. And so we're to try to sort of get a little bit of feedback. We're inviting people from the who go to our window art shows to comment on our Facebook page and just share their thoughts about the art there, so that we hear a little bit back from them. They actually have a chance to win a gift certificate to the coffee shops. So we'll be drawing a couple of names from those who make comments on our Facebook page, just to encourage that interaction, because that's definitely one of the things we miss.
Absolutely. Lots of great reasons to get involved in Slow Art Day, or in this case, Slow Art 2 weeks, and check out some fantastic local art. Catherine, thanks so much for chatting with us today.
It was my pleasure. Thanks very much for the invitation.